In the heart of Uganda, where Lake Victoria's vast expanse mirrored the skies, the water shimmered like molten gold under the sun's embrace. The gentle ripples carried the songs of fishermen, calling out to one another, their boats bobbing rhythmically. Along the shore, papyrus reeds swayed in the breeze, their green stalks forming a natural fortress around the lake's edge. The air was rich with the scent of fresh tilapia, grilled over open flames in nearby markets, mingling with the earthy aroma of rain-soaked soil. Here, amidst nature's grandeur, there rose a new kind of village, one that floated upon the water like a dream, blending ingenuity with the rhythm of the lake's life. This was Kintu's vision, a community that adapted to the rising water levels threatening their ancestral lands. Each home, built on a platform of buoyant reeds and eco-engineered materials, floated gracefully on the lake's surface. The reeds, harvested sustainably from the lake's edges, were bound together with biodegradable fibers, creating a sturdy yet flexible base. Layers of lightweight, waterproof composites reinforced the structures, ensuring they could withstand changing water levels and weather conditions. The homes themselves were designed to blend with their surroundings, their walls painted in earthy tones that mirrored the hues of the lake and sky. Villagers worked together to construct each dwelling, combining traditional craftsmanship with modern engineering techniques, a testament to the ingenuity and resourcefulness of the community. Bridges connected the platforms, weaving the village into a network that thrived on ingenuity and collaboration. Kintu stood at the center of this marvel, his practical demeanor tempered by a deep love for his people. He watched as children leapt from the floating walkways into the water, their laughter mingling with the calls of kingfishers diving for fish. Behind him, Amara, a spirited young engineer, inspected a hydroponic garden brimming with lush greenery. The garden was a marvel of innovation, consisting of vertical racks filled with nutrient-rich water instead of soil, where rows of spinach, lettuce, and tomatoes thrived. LED grow lights cast a soft, colorful glow, mimicking sunlight to ensure the plants flourished even during overcast days. Amara had designed the system to recycle water efficiently, making it a sustainable lifeline for the floating village. Each plant seemed to sing of abundance, and the villagers often marveled at how the garden provided enough fresh produce to feed the entire community. Amara carefully adjusted a valve, her mind racing with ideas for expanding the system to grow fruits like bananas, or even experimenting with edible flowers. "These tomatoes are growing faster than I anticipated," Amara admitted, holding up a tomato the size of her head. "What do you think, Kintu? Too much fertilizer?" Kintu chuckled. "It's not every day we see tomatoes that could feed a whole family in one sitting. But be careful, Amara. The last thing we need is a garden uprising." Nearby, AI Ginger, the village's artificial intelligence system designed to manage the dam and water levels, hovered in a translucent orb, its voice calm yet tinged with curiosity. "Kintu, shall I schedule a village-wide celebration for the tomato harvest? Perhaps a karaoke contest?" Kintu raised an eyebrow. "Ginger, focus on the dam. We can't afford any distractions with the water levels rising." The AI flickered momentarily, as if in deep thought. "Very well, Kintu, but I reserve the right to suggest recreational activities at a later time." The villagers had long relied on the stability of the dam to regulate water levels. However, the recent rains had been unrelenting, and Kintu's concerns grew as reports came in of unusual fluctuations in the dam's performance. Amara approached him one evening, her brow furrowed as she clutched a tablet displaying water level charts. Her steps were hurried, and her usual confident stride was replaced with an edge of worry. She glanced at the data again, her mind racing, The charts showed erratic fluctuations, spikes where there should have been steadiness. Her stomach churned as the implications unfolded in her thoughts. A malfunction at the dam could mean devastation for the floating village. "Kintu," she called, her voice tight but controlled as she reached him. She held up the tablet, pointing to the alarming graphs. "The sensors are picking up irregular activity at the dam's gates. Something isn't adding up. Ginger's reports are inconsistent, and I can't pinpoint the issue without further inspection." Her voice softened slightly, betraying her unease. "If we don't address this soon, the rising water could undo everything we've built." Kintu nodded, his expression grave. "Let's investigate before it becomes a disaster." Under the soft glow of lanterns, Kintu and Amara gathered a team to travel to the dam. As they approached, the once steady hum of its machinery had an uneven rhythm, like a heartbeat out of sync. Ginger's orb appeared, bobbing above them. "Good evening, esteemed villagers," Ginger said. "You'll be pleased to know I've initiated a new recreational program, Karaoke Nights by the Dam. Would you like to hear a preview?" "Ginger," Kintu interrupted, his tone firm. "This is not the time. What's happening with the water gates?" The AI's light dimmed slightly. "Ah, yes, the gates. They appear to be experiencing existential doubt about their purpose." Amara blinked. "Did you just say existential doubt?" "Indeed," Ginger replied. "The gates are questioning whether holding back water is their true calling. I've been engaging them in philosophical discussions, but it's a slow process." Kintu pinched the bridge of his nose. "We need to fix this immediately. Amara, gather the tools. Ginger, override the gate's doubts and focus on functionality." Despite their efforts, the situation worsened. By morning, water levels had risen dangerously, and the villagers were on edge. Kintu stood on the floating square, addressing the gathered community. "We are facing a challenge, but we will overcome it together," he said, his voice steady. "This village was built on the principle of unity, and now is the time to show it." Amara joined him, holding up blueprints of the dam. "We need volunteers to help repair the gates and reinforce the floating platforms. This is our home, and it's worth fighting for." Hands shot up around the square. Fishermen, farmers, and even children eager to help came forward, each offering their skills. "I can strengthen the anchor ropes," said an elderly man who had worked with boats all his life. "And I can monitor the water levels," added a young girl clutching a weather sensor. The AI Ginger floated nearby, its light pulsing with determination. "I've recalibrated my systems to prioritize dam operations. Also, I've cancelled karaoke nights. You're welcome." The villagers laughed, the tension easing slightly as they set to work. As the villagers worked tirelessly, the spirit of teamwork was palpable. Amara led a group repairing the dam's gates, her hands deftly assembling parts while explaining the process to her helpers. Kintu coordinated efforts to reinforce the floating platforms, ensuring they could withstand the rising water. Children wove reeds into sturdy mats, their small hands moving quickly under the guidance of elders. Fishermen used their boats to transport materials across the village, their laughter ringing out as they raced each other. At the dam, Ginger provided updates in a more focused manner. Water levels stabilizing at 75%. Repairs are 60% complete. Excellent teamwork, everyone. Also, I've drafted a motivational poem if you'd like to hear it. "Not now, Ginger," Amara called, though she couldn't hide a grin. By the time the sun dipped below the horizon, the repairs were complete, a result of relentless teamwork and resourcefulness. Amara led her group with determination, her voice ringing out as she directed the repair of the dam's gates. "Tighten those bolts carefully. If we get this wrong, the water pressure could undo everything, she said, her hands deftly working alongside the others. Nearby, elders and children wove additional reed mats to reinforce the floating platforms. Their laughter lightened the tension as they shared stories of past challenges overcome. This reminds me of the time we stopped the crocodiles from eating the fishing nets. One elder chuckled, eliciting giggles from the children. Fishermen expertly transported materials in their boats, navigating the rippling waters with ease. Racing to save the day, one called out, his grin infectious as others joined in the light-hearted competition. Ginger's orb hovered above, its updates precise and oddly encouraging. Water levels stabilizing at 85%. Repairs are now 90% complete. Also, your synchronized efforts could inspire a community dance routine. Even the AI's attempts at humor drew smiles from the weary workers. When the final bolt was tightened, and the dam's hum returned to its steady rhythm, a cheer erupted from the villagers. The moment of triumph was shared by all, their collective efforts standing as a testament to the strength of unity and resilience. The dam's hum returned to its steady rhythm, and the water levels began to recede. Villagers gathered in the floating square, their faces glowing with relief and pride. Kintu addressed them, his voice filled with gratitude. Today, we faced a great challenge, and we overcame it because we worked together. This village is not just a place, it is a testament to what we can achieve as a community. Amara stepped forward, holding up a basket of oversized tomatoes. And now, let's celebrate with the biggest salad this lake has ever seen. The crowd erupted into laughter and cheers. Music filled the air as villagers danced under the stars, their floating homes illuminated by lanterns. Even Ginger joined the festivities, projecting colorful patterns onto the water. "A toast," Kintu said, raising a cup of fresh hibiscus tea, "to unity, to resilience, and to our floating village." As the night deepened, the village's lights reflected on the calm waters, a beacon of hope and harmony in the heart of Lake Victoria.